Kiefer. Caitlin, I always saw Caitlin on the Zoom too. She did a lot of hard work before the season even started. And Caitlin was rather new to our group. Caitlin qualified for the 10 and under state meet, and unfortunately she aged out 2 weeks beforehand. Finished the distance challenge. She improved over 24 seconds in the 50 fly in 1 year, and that is what she made state in. She just has a really powerful and beautiful fly, and she qualified, and she had a 23.9 second drop in the 100 free and 15.28 in the 50 back. And I moved Caitlin, she turned 11 and she moved up into Coach Mark's group too. Caitlin always has a smile on her face. She's got a great attitude in practice. She's very focused, and just a joy to coach. Congratulations, Caitlin. You're welcome. All right, thanks, girls. All right, the next group. Ooh, I got my boys, my 10 and under boys. So I need Enzo and Andre and Christian to come on up. This is the most subdued I've seen them all day. All right. I'm going to start with Enzo. All right, both Enzo and Christian moved up this past season. They have been with Coach Aiden in the silver group, and they had an amazing year. These two love to have fun in practice. They have a lot of energy. I wish I could bottle some of that energy and take it home with me, because they are in constant movement. And when they're working in practice, when they're challenged, they are amazing competitors, love to compete against one another in practice, at meets, and I think they really push each other to make each other better. So Christian, he qualified for the single age and provided some of the biggest excitement at the end of the year before the 12 and under state meet. He hadn't qualified for state yet, and he had quite a bit of time to drop. He had like 3 seconds, 2 or 3 seconds to drop in the 50 backstroke, and he was kind of far away in the 50 free, and that's a hard thing to do, to drop. You know, we had a meet before, but he showed up for the time trial and with just a couple little instructions, and he did them. And he made state in both the 50 free and the 50 back. Very exciting. So he swam 3 events. He swam the 50 free, the 50 back, and his bonus event was 100 back, and he actually placed 15th in state at that. He was a part of the 10 and under boys 200 free and 200 medley relays that both placed 7th at state. Christian dropped significant amount of time in all of his swims this season. He dropped 10.39 seconds in his 50 free and 16.4 seconds in the 100 IM, and also quite a bit of time in his 50 back and his 100 back. So Christian, I expect really amazing things out of you this summer. You've really done, and I do have to say at the start of this season, he's done a really great job of just focusing more and doing great on all his sets, attendance. He is our fastest kicker right now. We do a 10-minute kick, and he holds the record for our group right now with 23 bucks, which is really great. So, all right, next is Enzo Martino. Enzo plays a couple different sports, so he's a very good, you're in baseball season right now, aren't you, Enzo? And you did basketball? Did you do basketball in the winter? No, just baseball. But he's a very well-rounded athlete and a very fast swimmer. And your mom was a swimmer, wasn't she? Yep. So she's taking after the family, he's taking after the family sport. So he qualified for both the single age and 12 and under state meet. He was a distance challenge finisher. He really broke through and qualified at the 12 and under state meet, where he placed 13th in the 50 back, 12th in the 100 back, 16th in the 50 fly. He was also a part of the 7th place 200 free and medley relays, and Enzo is a natural in the water. Sometimes in practice I'll see a certain stroke and we'll be working on corrections and things like that. And I don't know if he gets it or not. And then he's at a meet and his strokes are butterfly, freestyle, just look absolutely fantastic. So very, very good swimming this season. He dropped 12.6 seconds in the 100 free, 25.98 seconds in the 100 back. That's big. 17.1 in the 100 IM, and 31.23 seconds in the 100 breaststroke. So congratulations, Enzo. There you go. And finally, we have Andre. And finally, there's Andre. Andre is our seasoned 10 and under veteran. He has been a top 10 and under swimmer since he was 9 years old, and I've had the pleasure of coaching him. This is the third season. He's now in Coach Mark's junior group, but he was a single age and a 12 and under state qualifier. He really is the quiet leader of the group, where Christian and Enzo have a lot of outward energy. I think Andre stores it up all inside and takes it out on each set that he does. Very strong worker, very solid every swim practice. He's very coachable. He was at the single state meet. He was second in the 50 breast, third in the 100 breast, eighth in the 50 fly, 11th in the 100 back. And then at the 12 and under state meet, he was fourth in the 50 breast, fifth in the 100 breast, sixth in the 200 IM, which I think you just started swimming that toward the end of the season, so that he had some really big time drops in that IM. He was also a part of the 7th place 200 medley relay and 200 free relay for the 10 under boys. And he even stepped out of the comfort zone and swam 1,000 free this past season. He dropped 9 seconds in the 100 free, 10.3 in the 100 IM, and 25.5 seconds in the 200 IM. So Andre, best of luck in your next age group and in Coach Mark's group. Good job. All right, now you guys can sit down. I need the girls. I need Tessa and Leah and Emma and Lorraine. I don't see Sophie. Sophie's not here. All right, I am going to start with Emma. Emma's the mom of our group. And you know what I do want to add too? Andre was voted the team captain at the 12 and under state meet for the 10 and under boys by his peers. So that's really important because that shows that your teammates recognize your leadership and look to you for leadership, and it's a real honor for that. All right, so I want to now I'm going to introduce the female captain of the 10 and under group team, 12 and under team, and that was Emma. Emma was overwhelmingly voted the team captain for the state meet, which, like I said, it's a really big honor to be voted on by your peers. Emma is a great encourager to all her teammates. She always knows where we are in sets. She works very hard. And what I'm really proud of with Emma is at the beginning of last season when we were in the water, she was really struggling in the fly. She's got a beautiful fly, but if she's just a little bit off, you guys know how it is where you're pushing water instead of flying on top of the water. And she was consistently struggling, getting a little bit slower. She did a 47, a 46 to make state. You've got to be, I don't know all my times, so 37.99 for the 50 fly. There's a huge difference. And this was like a month out. So Emma was determined. And she went to that last chance meet with Christian, 2 in our group, to try to make it in the 50 fly. And she destroyed the state cut on that by almost a second. So I'm really proud of her that she didn't get discouraged, that she kept plugging away, and she got that state cut. So she actually dropped, if you can believe it, over the course of the year, 23 seconds in the 50 fly. So that's huge. She also dropped 22.2 seconds in the 100 IM and 22.68 seconds in the 100 free. Congratulations, Emma. And she also finished the distance challenge. All All right, so Sophie's not here, but I'm gonna go with Lorraine. All right. So Lorraine is another quiet one. She's rather quiet. She works really hard, really, really hard every day. She's a very good backstroker, freestyle. She's got beautiful strokes. She is a good athlete outside of the pool. I know she wears her Navy SEAL Challenge t-shirt very proudly often. And she was on all of the Zooms to work out in dryland. And she was a single age and 12 and under state qualifier. She finished the distance challenge. She was our best streamliner in underwater body dolphin. She's amazing at it. She uses that as a weapon. Whenever I have to do demos and practice for underwater streamlines, it's always Lorraine that I will pull and say, let demonstrate. And she does it off of every walk. Consistency is the key. She placed at both state championships. She was 15th in the 100 IM at the single state championship. She was 14th in the 50 free. And she was also a part, she was a part of the winning 200 free relay. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, and the third place 200 medley relay. So great job this season, Lorraine. All right, next we have Leah. All right, Leah is the Energizer Bunny. Leah can, and I mean that in a great way. Whenever we did our test set where we did 10 100s, Leah always got faster. If we were doing longer distance, she could keep up that speed, the tempo, the kick. She seemed to, where others were getting tired, she just didn't get tired. But she's also got great sprint speed. So that combination makes for a really great 200 freestyle. And Leah was a single age and 12 and under state qualifier. She finished the distance challenge. And she produced one of the most exciting events of the 12 and under state meet. It was on the last day, and she had a pretty good state meet, but I know she was disappointed with a couple of her swims, but she never let that detract her or discourage her. And we had the 200 free, and I'll never forget, because Mom was standing back here, she was helping at the meet, and Leah got in to swim, and I'm like, she was seated second, or were you seated first? You were seated first? Second, she was seated second. And she went out really fast, and she was ahead by like a body length, and I was watching and screaming and yelling, and she never slowed down. She was distancing herself from the group, and she ended up winning the 10 and under girls 200 free relay in a really exciting race, but probably the most fun. I wish I had had a camera on her mom. 200 free. What did I say?
You said 200.
Oh, sorry, 200 free, all by herself. No relay at the end of it. Thank you, Tessa. That's how it works in the group. Tessa will let me know when I get something off a little bit, which I really appreciate. So she won the 200 free, but the reaction of her mom was great. I wish I had a camera on that. It was awesome. Heather, it was a fun race. So she also is a zone qualifier. Leah qualified for zones in the 50, 100, and 200 freestyle. She was a freestyler on the third place medley relay. She was on the winning 200 free relay. She placed 6th in the 50 free, 9th in the 50 breast, 7th in the 100 IM. At the single age state meet, she earned 3rd in the 100 free, 6th in the 100 IM, 8th in the 50 breast, 10th in the 50 free, 14th in the 50 back, and 15th in the 50 fly. Like I said, she qualified for zones in the 50, 100, and 200 free. She will be swimming those this summer because she stays 10. And she has moved up to the junior group. She just had an amazing season. And I promised the girls if they won their relay, I'll give it to them after I give Tessa. All right. Here you go. All right, and finally, Tessa Hansen. So Tessa was a leader in our gold group. Tessa always has been one of the best breaststrokers I've ever coached. It comes naturally in the family. Tessa broke her mom's 200 breaststroke record that had stood for a long time team record. Tessa qualified for single age and 12 and under state meet, and she was the state champion in the 50 breast at the single age state meet. She was also state champ at the 12 and under meet in the 50 and 100 breaststroke. She was a leadoff in the 200 free relay that won state. At the single age state meet, she placed 5th in the 100 IM, 6th in the 100 free, 9th in the 50 free, 16th in the 50 fly. At the 12 and under state meet, in addition to her state championships, she placed 7th in the 100 free, 7th in the 200 free, 9th in the 100 IM, and swam breaststroke on the 3rd place medley relay. She's a zone qualifier in the 50 and 100 breaststroke in the 50 free. And she will also be swimming zones this summer, and she has moved up to the junior group. Another impressive thing, last summer in the 50 meter free, or in the 50 breaststroke, she swam a time that placed her 8th in the country. So she gets this beautiful certificate and plaque to honor her. So her time of 43.27 on August 8th, 2020, earned her an 8th place national age group certificate. All right, and I told the girls if they won the relay that I had something for them. So they reminded me, and I'm paying up. But the 200 free was very exciting at the 12 and under state meet. Tessa led off with a time that was second faster than her very best time, and the girls never looked back. They won that event by a couple body lengths. It was a lot of fun to watch. So this is a pretty amazing group of kids. So congratulations, girls, and here's your prize. We're moving on to the 10 and under Coaches Awards, so I'm going to give out a couple. We gave out 2 awards for the 10 and under girls, and I've already spoke quite a bit on these young ladies. So they truly are the leaders in our 10 and under group. I'm really proud of them, and we're really proud to give Leah Chung and Tessa Hansen the 2020-2021 Coach's Choice Award.
All right, I'm handing out another one of the 10 and under Coaches Awards. The swimmer has nearly 100% practice attendance, consistently a lane leader at practices, takes advantages of opportunities to race whenever they can, full of energy and enthusiasm for the sport. And although this swimmer didn't get the chance to swim at his last state meet as a 10-year-old, I'm sure he would have been scoring a lot of points for the team. One of the co-winners for the 10 and under male 2020-21 Coaches Award is Aiden Gumdrop.
All right, and our final 10 and under male 2020-2021 Coaches Award. I talked a lot about him when he was up here, and like Aiden, Andre is great attendance, hard worker, listens well, challenges himself in practice, doesn't let outside distractions keep him from working hard, good listener, extremely competitive at swim meets, Christian and Enzo. Extremely competitive at swim meets. He has a way of finding the wall before his competitors, and just a really great young man to coach. Andre, congratulations. we're gonna finish up. You all put your name on a piece of paper. We're gonna play a little Survivor style to see who wins the final pineapple at the end of the award ceremony. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just divide the piles in half and keep dividing. So here we go. We have the pile. I'm dividing it in half. I'm gonna give one half to Coach Whitney. Here you go. All right, these guys are still in the game. Whitney's got the loser pile. You got any names in that? Like what names you got there?
Sorry, Laura.
Oh.
Sorry, Lily. Sorry, Mia.
Ooh. Here we go. We're dividing it in half. I'll say some names that are still in. Oh, Mason's still in. Emma's still in. Owen's still in. Niall is. Emma Solheim. Charlie. And there are a few more, but I'm not going to say.
What?
No. Now I'm going to say.
What the heck? That means we're in. That means we're in.
No? All right, here we go again. Got any names on that?
Yeah, Niall's out.
Ooh.
Livy is out.
Oh.
Dean is out.
All right, how many think a girl is going to win? How many think a boy's going to win? All right, I love it. All right, here we go.
Jesus Christ.
What? All right. Oh. Should I say the name of the last two? Okay, the last two people who are in is Owen and Emma Bobos. No. All right, so I gotta have Coach Whitney come over here. She's going to pick the one. The one left in my hand will be the winner. All right, here we go. The winner of the pineapple is Emma. Emma wins the pineapple. All right. Hey, thank you guys all for coming. Thank you for all watching live. We're going to have a great summer season. Thank you for everything you do.